Hey baby, would you look my way? I could be your new addiction. Hey baby, what you gotta say? All you're giving me is fiction. I am always circling, it happens all the time. I find out that everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks. It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her. But then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. Take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack, 'cause everybody talks babe. Welcome to the Identity Crisis Show, everyone. I am your host, Dylan George.
And I'm his host, Sean O'Neill.
How you doing, Sean?
I'm sunburnt.
You are very, very sunburnt.
Out on the lake today, got very sunburnt, so.
Yeah, it is very funny.
Yeah, and in this house where, no AC, living life
It
to the
makes
greatest.
it great.
It's so bad.
You can't tell. It's probably hard to see on the sunburn or on this quality.
Yeah,
I swear we're getting a better camera.
we are getting better camera.
By next time, you will see a better camera and something else. You gotta stay tuned to find out. But yeah, it's probably hard to see, but you can still see how freaking red it is because this man decided to wear a wife beater out.
If you can see it, there's a very obvious line.
It is so fucking.
Imagine like a tub of vanilla ice cream and strawberry ice cream, and that is right where I'm at.
Okay. I was very confused where you're going with that, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
now.
you know those like combo packs that you can get. That's like the
the half and half. Yeah.
That's pretty much how I am right now. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you know what? It looks good on you.
Thanks. It makes me feel hot. Anyways.
It makes me feel happy because I get to slap you randomly and you just go,
The only crying I do is, well, no, I cry all the time. Never mind.
Okay.
So this week we got the Ubisoft Forward.
We did get the Ubisoft Forward. It was so forward thinking that I didn't even finish it.
It was bad.
It was not great. I mean, okay.
There was cool parts. I will say that.
I won't say it's bad. I feel like that's a wrong thing to say. It was exactly what you would expect.
Yeah. It's not a PlayStation reveal, but it was better than EA.
It was better than EA, which isn't saying much.
Yeah.
But it was better than EA.
Yeah.
Like there's not much that was like there wasn't any disappointments, I'd say.
Yeah.
Unless you had really high expectations. It just, again, it was exactly what you would expect. You got Far Cry 6.
Mm-hmm.
You got Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
You got
the Watch Dogs Legion.
The Watch Dogs Legion. And there's one other that I'm misremembering.
Yeah. Can't remember it right now.
Hyperscape. Hyperscape, yes.
But the only bad thing is all those games are already announced. There was nothing
we had known
new.
all about that.
I will say the opening cinematic though for Legion was really
the
cool.
little short film that they did. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I will admit that was a good way to open it. And I don't know. I think Watch Dogs Legion sounds really cool, and the concept of bring anyone that you want onto your team is a great idea. But this is Ubisoft and specifically Watch Dogs, so they've made big promises in the franchise before and fallen through on it hard.
Yeah,
I can easily see them saying you can have anyone you want on your team, and that anyone you want is like limited to 20 people.
That's what it kind of looked like when you had the character select. It looked like there were set columns.
Yeah,
and it didn't seem to branch out too far.
Like the thing that they're saying is like everyone has a different voice actor. Well, I guess they didn't say that, but it was implied. Everyone has a different skill set. Everyone has a different look and different feel to them playing. Like every single person on that game has a different play style. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't see that one coming to light very well. You know?
Yeah, I think it looks good from everything we've seen, but Ubisoft is way too good at making bad shit look good.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes out and it's great, awesome.
Yeah,
love
totally.
to see it. I would probably pick it up if it was.
Yeah, it looks.
Good.
I mean, if they sell what they said, I would probably play it at some point.
Yeah,
because it does look good from what we've seen. But yeah, and then the opening cinematic was good. Hyperscape.
It's another. All right, for me, it's a little weird because it's a cool looking battle royale. I'll
Mhm.
give it that. It has its own unique abilities. The one thing that made me mad is that they gave it such a cool story idea
Yes.
and then never touched on the story mode.
I totally agree.
Dude, because they were like, yeah, something's happening in the hyperscape. They have hacks, like, and they're
What?
killing people inside the game. They're
Yeah.
dying in real life. I'm like, I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a battle royale. I want to be like, okay,
I totally agree. I'm like, this sounds like a great concept for a single player game.
right, exactly.
Like, not for a battle royale.
yeah,
At this point, battle royales are way too saturated, and you just cannot have any more. So to do
Yeah.
a battle royale that's single player, I think that's brilliant.
yeah. Oh,
I think
yeah.
that would be a great change of pace. And with a story like that, that's pretty solid. I mean, obviously, it's like a Ready Player One ripoff or whatever.
Yeah, it's Ready Player One mixed with Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, totally. With Gun Gale.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I don't know. It again presented well, but I don't like battle royales.
Yeah, I don't like battle royales, but if it did ever come out, be like, hey, we're doing a single player mission, and inside the game, every checkpoint you have a tournament, which is you have to go into the battle royale. You just play
Mhm.
against AI.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6.
It was cool enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But seeing the cinematic and then hearing all the voice actors and seeing how well they kind of did together. I mean,
Yeah.
because the Diego, I think is his name, he's the voice actor for Coco in Disney. Pretty sure. Yeah, actually,
Sure.
I think that's.
I don't recognize it, but you might be right.
Yeah, I think that's what somebody said. It said he is the voice actor for Coco. Which I mean is cool. I mean, Coco was a great movie.
Yeah,
hopefully,
it was great.
hopefully he does good in this one.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. But
The movie's great.
it
The
is.
song
It
great.
is. No,
I'm great.
don't get me wrong. That is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I agree, but
It-
I'm like above it.
So, anyways, so I mean, it was cool. The whole putting a grenade in your child's hand was kind of.
That was interesting.
And then me, if that was me, I'd trip on a stair and be like,
Whoops.
"Story mode's over, boys. Down with the
I
regime."
wonder if you can do something like that because remember Far Cry 4 had the if you just waited
Yep.
in the beginning scene, then the game would end.
Which I actually did by accident. I don't know
Really?
if I ever told you that. 'Cause
That's great.
I ended up getting a phone call from my mom, so I went outside and I came back and he walked back in. I'm like, okay.
That's great.
My game's over then.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was so cool when I heard about that. I was like, oh,
Yeah. I wish more games did that.
yeah,
honestly.
just like cool little hidden endings.
What if Destiny did that and like in the first game you just sat by the car, you're like, nah, I'm good.
No,
You-
this is
You can move on to the next
bye, Peter.
one. Have a good one. You see it fall and you're like, no, I'm not doing this one, G.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was Far Cry 6. Now that I think about it, did they show Valhalla gameplay or anything?
They showed a little bit of Valhalla.
Yes, they did.
gameplay.
I do remember.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Um,
They more talked about like the production of it,
Yeah.
which is something they actually did all throughout the thing, which I thought that okay, so here's my issue with this. It's not interesting.
Yeah, but I'm with you on that one. That's
It's pretty straightforward.
I was waiting
it's
for
not
you to
interesting.
go hot take. I'm like, that's not a hot take.
Yeah, my problem with how the Ubisoft Forward was, my two big problems was it focused too much on production and it was everything that you would expect. It was the most meh thing you could ever have. I think production is it's cool for the people that are in them, but most of your consumers are not in those fields.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're talking about kids coming home from a high school football game going, you know what? Time to play Valhalla.
Yeah.
And they're not going, I wonder how this was made.
Yeah,
I wonder how long it took.
I wonder what all this Norse mythology stuff came from.
Yeah.
I wonder what the game creators were doing when they were creating this. I wonder what they were thinking. I'm like, for me, I think that's kind of cool, but and I'm in those kind of circles, but even for me, I'm like, I'm not this interested in that game, so
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I'm in the same boat. I'm kind of just looking like, I want to play the game, but give me more information on the actual game
On the game.
itself.
Oh my god! And
Like-
I don't know if you remember this, but when Valhalla was originally revealed, do you remember how they had, or not originally, but a little while after Valhalla was revealed, they had a gameplay trailer,
Yeah.
which was not gameplay; it was just cinematics, and everyone's like,
Yeah. Can we actually get gameplay.
I'm not to toot my own horn, but I did really like my reply to the tweet. I was like, "Guys, help! It keeps linking me to the
Yeah. I do remember
to a
that tweet.
cinematic trailer."
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, that was really funny, actually.
But yeah, so there was more of that, and I just thought it was boring. Oh, and Rainbow Six Siege was on there, which,
I mean, of course it was.
I mean, yeah, you
It's-
can expect it.
It's one of their.
And something that
Best
blew
game.
blew my mind was that mobile game that we saw last year was in there. There was another trailer
Yeah.
for that. I also found out it's not out yet. I was like, what?
So
Who is this hyped for a mobile game on Rainbow Six?
well, it's actually
no one.
It's all Ubisoft characters. I'm pretty sure because Splinter Cell was in there.
He's a Rainbow Six.
Is he?
Yes.
I thought he was just a Tom Clancy character.
Or okay, excuse me. It's Tom Clancy. Yeah, it's called Tom Clancy, not Rainbow Six. Excuse me.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, there's some characters I did not recognize. I mean, I've never played Rainbow Six, and
Yeah.
I don't really play into because I'm not a competitive type player.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give it a shot, but I don't think it unless it was really good. I'd be like, you know what, hop
I
into
gotcha.
this.
But yeah, no, you're right. It was Tom Clancy though.
Okay.
But that's why a lot of people. I'm surprised they had the balls to show it again because everyone did not like it because it was the most recent thing we had seen of Sam Fisher, the Splinter Cell character, in literal years.
I just want.
Everyone's like, a mobile game?
Yeah.
That's what you're giving us?
I just want all big companies to know mobile games are not the way to go.
It's not
They
the
don't
way
work out
to
the way you
go.
think they're going to. That I don't know why you think that, hey, the game that we made for you on PlayStation is going to be outshined by a mobile game. Nobody likes mobile gamers.
Yep.
Like, Candy Crush is the extent of mobile gaming at this
Yep.
point. Don't push it.
Yep.
That goes for Immortal. That goes for Skyrim Blades. That
AKA Blizzard, you're fucking shit.
Yeah,
dude.
that was-
Stop.
that even goes towards the Pokemon Direct that was only for a
Oh my
MOBA of
God,
Pokemon.
dude.
No, just stop.
That was so
Oh.
bad.
There was no reason for that Pokemon Direct to come out, have so much hype for it to be a MOBA. They only made it on their own just because they didn't want to be outshined by everything else, which is scummy and it's stupid. And it made me so mad when I saw it because I was hoping for a Diamond and Pearl remake.
Same.
I was so hyped for that.
Same.
And then they're just like, we brought you a MOBA by a company
By 10 cents.
that likes to take all your information and money.
Yeah. It's one of the
Enjoy.
worst companies for mobile gaming in China.
Yeah.
I that was awful.
They,
I was just like, oh, okay, so it is made by Tencent. Yeah, the Tencent's the company I thought. Fuck off, Pokemon.
yeah, dude, Pokemon.
I
fucked up on
I
that
don't
one.
even like care about Pokemon that much. I only care about Diamond and Pearl. But
I mean, as you should.
I was angry.
Yeah.
I was angry. It just was so bad.
Hey, I woke up at 9 in the morning to watch this thing. I hope you know, if you're listening or watching, I only wake up at like 1 in the afternoon. Like,
Yep.
that is early for me.
He got up for you, Pokemon.
Yeah, I got up for
and you're
you,
just
Pokemon.
gonna do him dirty like that.
I got up for you, Pokemon, and you let me down. You let me down, and I got up for you. All right? Hurt.
Right here.
Tears. Real tears. You can't see it on this low quality camera, but that will change. I'll come back and cry for you. Tired of this company.
Next post on YouTube. Sean crying for 10 hours.
Just a 10-hour loop of me crying. There's just like random mumbling in the background. Mobiles. It's just it's so bad. Mobile games suck.
Yeah, so that was a big issue. That was a while ago, but that's still
Yeah.
so awful.
Still hurts. Scars
Um,
still runs deep, but
yeah.
it's cool.
That was all the really Ubisoft Forward has was just updates on games we already knew about.
Yeah, it wasn't anything new. It wasn't anything really
Yeah.
talking like.
To be
talking
fair,
points.
Far Cry 6 was supposed to be their new game and it got leaked, but
Honestly,
it was still bad.
everything gets leaked
Oh,
nowadays.
and I forgot. Oh my god, I just remembered. This also came out like little day before. There was a bunch of press releases about how Ubisoft is like one of the worst gaming companies to work for because management treats all their employees like crap.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me either. But this
Yeah.
was like this was heavy allegation after allegation after allegation, and they're like, we realize Ubisoft put like an official statement saying we realize that people need to, or we realize that this needs to be addressed, and we are taking this seriously. But this event was pre-recorded, so we cannot change it now. And everyone's like, would it? Can you not pre-record a statement?
Yeah.
And
Uh,
we're just like,
Which, you can, because the Destiny one that they came out with, they did a huge Black Lives Matter thing. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were before the stream even aired. They're like, hey, we just want to take a moment.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you had to do.
It was not hard. All you needed was a solid background, a decent camera, a script. You could have done that in a day.
We apologize for being dicks to our employees. We're sorry. We'll change this.
Yeah.
Now Ubisoft forward.
Yeah, that's literally all you need. It was sad.
Big companies, man.
That's why indie games have been on such the rise, man. Because AAA companies and titles have been just like awful.
They're abusing their power pretty much.
Exactly.
It's
You're
really
exactly right.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just been a lot of crap like that. So there was that. Another piece of awful news for us. We just got announced today. Obviously, this is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
It got announced today that Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion has been delayed by almost 2 months. It's been delayed from September 22nd to November 10th.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are not as informed as we are, Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out November 17th, and Cyberpunk 2077 comes out November 19th.
This is a competition that Valhalla is going to be smudged in the mud with.
Yep.
Destiny might make it out because they're hardcore Destiny fans.
Yes.
But everything will be outshined by the release of Cyberpunk.
100%. I don't like Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks good, but I know that is going to be destroyed.
The fan base for Cyberpunk 2077 is constant. It's a higher constant than Destiny's constant.
And they overlap.
Yeah.
I can totally see people being like, "Oh, Beyond Light's been okay, but this game that's been like coming out for 7 years,
yeah,
I'm gonna play that."
Yeah, you know what? We've been waiting on this one. We can buy the Destiny expansion whenever, but we want to be on the hype.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like Bungie, just pull it either forward or back one more time.
Yeah,
like,
it's just I did not think that was a smart decision.
No.
Don't get me wrong. Delays I think are smart.
Yeah,
I think they are well done, or that's a good idea. But
what is it? A delayed game will one day be good.
Yeah,
a rushed game will forever be bad.
Yeah, that Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
That's a good quote from him. Which I don't exactly agree with, but the point still stands.
Depends on the maker.
Yeah. So I think the delay was fine. I just don't think they needed to do it at that time.
Yeah.
That was a poor time to put it in. I think they need to either at least put it like a week before.
Yeah.
Than what, like November 3rd.
Yeah,
Like, that was so bad.
Yeah, if you did it at the start of November, that would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot hope. I'm hoping for another delay for Cyberpunk.
I definitely think if another one did get delayed, it definitely would be Cyberpunk because I mean fan base is used to it at this point. Yeah. Destiny, I don't know if they could survive a delay.
Probably not. I think October is going to be really bad for Destiny.
There's one thing. It was like there was a post about Destiny. It's like, hey guys, we've been waiting about like 6 years for the pyramid ships to even get here. What's like 2 more months? And I was like, yeah, it was pretty bad, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean because it was good because originally September 22nd and then Cyberpunk was coming around that time as well.
Cyberpunk was like September 20th.
Something like that, yeah. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's a bad overlap." And then Cyberpunk got delayed, and everyone's like, "All right, that's not bad."
Yeah,
I mean, it sucks that it's delayed again, but
this gives us time to play Destiny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Destiny was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, Cyberpunk, we missed you. How's it going?" And
that was literally my whole standpoint was like, "Oh, this is gonna suck because I know I'm not gonna play Destiny.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be by himself."
Yep.
And then it got delayed, and I'm like, "This sucks, but it's a blessing in disguise."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, fine, I can work with it. And then
so I'm just honestly praying for another Cyberpunk delay, at least like a month.
I don't understand the buddy system of video games. Just
it doesn't make sense.
Go single file line, guys.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think it. I mean, I sort of get it, but like obviously holiday release, more people are gonna be buying things. It's just, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying for people like us.
But
we gamers need to rise up.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't go well. They'd be like, "Okay, guys, okay, hey, we dropped free DLC. Go play it, boys." And it's like, all right, yeah, I like DLC.
I like that. Yeah.
A new gun,
new exotic. Yeah, so that was big sad.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that, but I mean I'm looking forward to Beyond Light. It's just I think that was poor move. Decisions.
That's the worst part is the community is going to be really split, and knowing Destiny's path, unless that DLC is really good, and the streamers go to that instead of Cyberpunk, which they're not, because Glad and Dado have already said they're going to Cyberpunk. Even
no,
Broman.
Glad did say he was gonna do Destiny first.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about Dado, but I just watched Glad
Yeah.
earlier today, and he was like, "Damn, it sucks that I'm gonna have to wait for Cyberpunk because I gotta play Destiny."
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's just so hard because it's like we understand, but I also feel this is also going to be worse because the people that are playing Destiny when it comes out are going to rush the content. They're going to try to get it done faster than they need to instead of enjoying the story, and then they're going to be like, "Man, this sucked." And it's like, well, you actually rushed it because you're trying to play another game.
Exactly.
And so I don't know. It's just a really
And I
bad.
think it's the worst point because this is a crucial moment. Like they have 100%. Like
Yeah.
Bungie even said, like this is the first part in a new trilogy of the story that we're taking it.
Yeah.
And it's such a vital. You need to get a good start into this.
Yeah, I get
And-
that the pandemic's going on and everybody has to work from home, but I also know you can take a Huey on tablet, you can take it home, you can connect it to your computer,
Yeah.
you can take your software, download it on your home computer.
I know it's not as easy as that because I'm working from home
Yeah.
and it sucks.
But I'm-
So like a lot less production happens. I can attest to that, but
Yeah.
it still sucks. I still think that they needed to move it to a certain. They needed to move it back.
Yeah.
Like that's a bad time to put it in. I'm baffled by that if I'm being honest.
I'd be okay with an October release.
Yeah, I just like even mid to late October I think would be the best.
Yeah.
because that's a solid month or so for people to start doing
It'd also
things.
be cool if you did a Halloween event that had Eris in it, and then that led more into Eris' story coming into.
Yeah, I mean we're
um,
getting Festival of the Lost, but that does not.
Festival of the Lost sucks.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's. I mean, the only really cool events happen during the summer, like Moments of Triumph and
Yeah.
Solstice of Heroes.
Yep.
Those are great. Love those. Everything else, like the Dawning event,
Yeah, but yeah, I agree that
Yeah.
the Halloween and holiday event is not great.
Yeah.
It's decent at best.
at best. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully everything works out.
We'll
I'm
see.
really pushing for it too. Because I mean I'm a lover of both games.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way in hell you're gonna find me saying I hope Destiny goes down, or I hope Destiny gets outshined by this game, or I hope Cyberpunk is outshined by Destiny, because I want both to succeed. I really hope they are really good. Knowing me, probably gonna go towards Cyberpunk myself.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't blame people. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't blame anyone for being like, "Ooh, Destiny's got this big content drop," but Cyberpunk, because
Yeah.
again, it's been hyped for literal years at this point.
Yeah, if it makes you wanna or put into a different perspective, when I was working at GameStop, Shadowkeep had almost 3 months before we kind of stopped pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk took 23 minutes. You can't get collector's edition now.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they re-released pre-orders for Walmart. They were out in 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, people were all over that game. I even tried to get collector's edition because I want the statues and everything for it. I can't get it because I was working that time.
Yeah, you told me.
I couldn't get it because I was working. I was like, cool, this is great. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hype for Cyberpunk, especially with how good the Witcher series is.
Yeah. No, I don't blame people.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense to do Cyberpunk first and then Destiny. I
Yeah.
don't blame them. I would do the same if I was more excited for Cyberpunk.
Honestly, it's it's a World Cup coming out, and then there's the Super Bowl.
Oh,
All the Americans are not gonna care about anything else beside the Super Bowl. It's such an American tradition. But I know it's a weird analogy, but one's gonna outshine the other either way, depending on what side you view it from.
Yeah, I just totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, how about we've actually been doing a lot of video games talk, and we're not just about video games. So I
That's
think
true.
we should at least talk about a little bit of another thing. I want to point out, so for those of you that follow us pretty early, what we originally had our schedule to be is we would do I would do a podcast mainly hosted by me. Sean would do a podcast mainly hosted about him, and then we would do a movie review about a movie we had recently seen. Because we just like talking about movies, and we have different viewpoints on most things.
Yeah, and before all this, we actually had to schedule what movies we wanted to
Yeah,
watch.
we literally had all right, we'll do this one for this month for 6 months up until I think actually this month.
Yeah, we were
From
set
like
till
February
August, yeah.
to this month. We were like, all right, perfect. We'll have movies set for each one, and we obviously never got to do that because all the
Yeah.
theaters have been closed and all the movies have been delayed.
We got the Sonic.
We got to Sonic.
That was it.
We got to Sonic.
That was not.
And you can go watch our podcast about that.
Yeah.
But basically, we thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was. Neither one of us were like, that was bad, or wow, that was good.
Yeah.
We were like, it was a movie.
Yeah, and there's more to that. So again, I suggest go checking out the episode. But so something that I think is hilarious about all the movies. So obviously, when you're making a movie, there's a lot of parts to it.
Right.
In the movie and outside of the movie. One of those outside things is marketing. You have to market the movie. You have to make sure there's commercials about it, and depending on what it is, it's got to be like toys and then like promotional materials, stuff like that.
You got to get that. You got to make a fan base before the movie even hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to. It's hype, developing hype, and obviously you get more things coming out, especially toys, when the actual movie comes out.
You're talking about all the stuff that's already been sold without the stuff.
Yup. The funniest shit I have ever seen is not Pickle Rick. It is that all of the movies that have been delayed still have to have their merch coming out.
Yeah,
the prime example is Black Widow. There was a bunch of Black Widow based merch in Target, in Walmart, and all that place because the movie was supposed to come out in May.
Mm-hmm.
And like they couldn't stop
Because
putting out the products. They had to put it out. So there's like Taskmaster masks and like Black Widow batons and like the little web shooters or whatever she has.
Yeah, her little electric bracelets.
Yeah, and they're like everywhere because like they can't just stop it
because
no one's seen the movie, but there they are.
When they get shipped out, they have a shelf date, and you have to put it up by that shelf date. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, you could send them something 5 months ahead, and like 1 month before, they're like, "Hey, we can't do this product anymore." It's like, "Hey, well, you also put a shelf date on for like this exact day." So it's going up this exact day because we arranged our whole store to suit this item.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
You cannot do anything about it. I mean, it sucks. Like, I wish there was more like, they probably would have had better sales if people went and saw the movie and they're like, I love that. 100%.
It's like, Taskmaster was so cool. I should get a little thing for my kid.
You have the nerds that are going, Taskmaster's a cool character.
Yeah.
And not the little kids going, that guy can mimic abilities?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And I bet, like, I'm sure they're going to, like, release one of his shield or something. And
yep.
No one, besides, unless you read the comics or play one of the Spider-Man video game, you don't really know anything about him.
Right.
So, I just think it's hilarious. I honestly find it funny just seeing all the merch for, that movie.
Yeah, that's the same thing
that was supposed to come out a while ago, right?
Yeah, that's the same thing with Wonder Woman.
Yes.
You can see all of her stuff out
same
too.
Thing.
And you're just like.
Same thing. Oh, and I want to talk about the Wonder Woman trailer. That trailer is so good for the sole purpose that the cover of Blue Monday, I think is what it's called, is so good.
I don't know if I've actually fully watched the trailer because I'm more of a Marvel person, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it and find out everything in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because that's pretty much how I am. If I like something, I watch one trailer, then I'm done. Like,
okay.
I haven't seen this Umbrella Academy Season 2 trailer.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to be anything spoiled.
That's fair.
I'll do that with any show, movie, or game.
Yeah, I get that.
And so I'm pretty sure I was like, yeah, I'm not going to watch it. I like the first Wonder Woman movie. We'll see what it's like in there.
That's true.
And then, but so now, I could probably go watch it now and be like, oh yeah, it was cool. But
yeah.
I'm just saying, I have not watched it yet.
I just think that trailer is good just because of the reason that music is so good. It's like, you know how much I like orchestral music because if it in the right settings, it sounds amazing and it can amplify any setting like so well.
Music makes a mood. That is true facts. I mean, it doesn't if it's hardcore music, you're like, this is about to be a battle scene. If it's nice and slow, you're like, oh, this is about to be like a heartfelt scene.
I would say even sound makes
exactly
makes a mood because there's a lot of things where like silence speaks volumes.
Well, that's the thing too is what is it? I think it's the rhythm of the music changes your heart pace.
Yes, I've heard something like that.
Yeah, so it's like depending on the pace of the music, your like heart would be racing. So if it's like the more like hyped up music, the more like you're like something's about to happen.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really cool. The science behind it is really cool. Just like, random fact that yellow and red are the colors for food. Did you know that? They're the colors you recognize with when you're hungry.
Oh yeah, I did know that. That's why McDonald's
Burger
has
King, Arby's, like everything.
No, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Purple is like for royalty
Mm-hmm.
or like something luscious. I
Like-
can't remember all the other.
Like Crown Royal and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. And then like blue is basically like calming.
Yeah, blue is very serene and
Yeah.
very chill.
Yeah. I've heard that. There's
But anyways,
science is interesting.
jumping back to movies, right?
Mhm.
I know you haven't watched it yet, but you really need to. It's The Old Guard on Netflix.
Oh man,
It's based off the Image comic book series,
I've never read
graphic
them.
novels. Yeah, it was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, there's a
So okay, what is it about? Because I don't really know what it's about.
All right, so technically, it's the easiest way to put it is there's like these people that are pretty much immortal, right?
Okay.
Like the main girl has lived since 5000 BC.
Okay.
And she has gone through every war. She's like trained all these people, and like every like 100 or so years, another immortal shows up, right? So they're going on, and they're called the Old Guard because they were from acts of war. Like you have two characters that were from the Crusades that killed each other like 7 times, but ended up like falling for each other, and it was really cool.
I remember that. That was like in the opening of Battlefield 1.
I don't know, but cool. And then
You get it.
There was another character that fought with Napoleon, but he was a deserter, so he got shot and killed because he was trying to run away. But he figured out he was immortal. So like the newest one that they find in the movies is a Marine, I think, and she gets killed during action. Figures out she's immortal. So pretty much in the movie, it's more of a big pharma trying to take their immortality.
Oh, okay.
And they're fighting their way through it because people want to live forever. Except there's like a huge twist, and I mean it's really good because the way they at the end they kind of show a whole different side of the story, and you're kind of like, you know what, kind of want to watch it again just to see what I missed the first time.
Those are always cool.
Yeah, it was one of those like, and I mean, what's her name? I can't remember her name. You got pretty much one S tier actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rest are kind of like new actors.
Okay.
They are really good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's always nice.
That was one of those, me and my dad were like, you know what? These aren't big names, but I'd watch them again.
I think Netflix gets a lot of shit for their originals, because that's a Netflix original, right?
Technically, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But the one thing I do think they do well is they bring good actors into light.
Yeah.
Like not very known actors.
I mean, that's how I was. I was kind of watching the movie, and I'm like, okay, we're going to see how this is. And I was like, finished watching it. I'm like, I'd watch shows with him in it. Like the one character, Booker, who was with Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I loved him in this movie. I was like, I'd watch any show he came to now.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how I like it.
Yeah, I think that's always great.
I think there are 2 known actors in that whole movie.
Okay.
And, they one has a major part because she's like the main character, but the other one doesn't really do much. Mm-hmm. But you're just like, you know what? They did good.
Okay.
And there's a part in the movie where we thought they were about to make a budget cut, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like kind of the S tiers.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and we're just like,
Huh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll watch the movie.
I might eventually check it out.
Yeah. I mean, it was a cool concept. I mean, it's one of those, if you're just bored and you want to have a good time, just watch the movie. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's like it's the next Endgame. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say if you like just a good story, cool action scenes, and like kind of cool like psychiatric like twist, watch it. I actually really liked it. I thought about watching it again.
All right.
And I actually thought about picking up the graphic novels to read them. Like,
Fair
it was enough of that to be like, I'm interested in this series now. Kind of like how Umbrella Academy did for me.
That's true. Yeah, I know a lot of people were like that.
Umbrella Academy Season 2 about to come out July 30th. Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know. Umbrella Academy looks okay. No, I don't think I started watching that one with you. Is that the one with Wong as one of the teachers in it?
No, that's Assassination Classroom.
Okay.
Or not Assassination Classroom.
No, that's an anime.
What is it called? It's something Assassination, or it was on Sci-Fi. It was something Assassination.
I don't remember, but I thought that was okay.
That was cool. It was a cool story. Didn't get picked up for season 2, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see them come back. was it Assassination High School, I think. Yeah, Assassination High School seems right. That was good. That was a good one. Because I always liked how they had like that weird like comic book intro. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. I definitely think Umbrella Academy. You're more watching it for the characters, not the story.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that. Like, I know a lot of people tend to market the characters.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Klaus is one of the best characters.
Mm-hmm. He's great.
Klaus so Klaus can pretty much, he's the one that can talk to ghosts and everything, kind of like psychic, but he's like a drug addict because he doesn't. But he does.
That's an interesting concept.
But he doesn't like talking to the dead because it scares him. So he uses drugs to not be able to talk to him.
Is he a psychic or a medium?
Yes.
Okay.
Medium. But I don't know. I think more medium, if anything. But pretty much like one episode, all of his drugs are taken away from him, and he pretty much becomes clean, or like it's a harsh reset, and he can start talking to everything, and then you realize that he can bring somebody back almost.
That's cool.
Which is the missing brother. Yeah. Dude. The missing brother can turn into aliens.
Who's the missing?
Or he can't turn into aliens.
Missing brother? You lost me.
And in the show, one of the brothers goes missing.
Okay.
He pretty much dies in a mission, but he's always been a ghost that hangs.
Spoilers for Umbrella Academy.
But he always hangs around Klaus, like since he's the only one that can see him. You know, like.
Oh, okay.
So he's been friends with Klaus, and he's been growing older with Klaus. Like he looks older than when he did when he died.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much later on, they figured out that he can actually interact with ghosts now, like physically touch them and everything. And then he like kind of manifests Ben into existence, and he just opens up another portal of aliens into the real world. It's wild.
Cool.
I literally had a fangasm while watching it. It was great.
I didn't know that. That's not something I needed to know. No. Okay. Anyways. You been watching any anime recently, bud? I guess I do know what anime, but tell the audience.
Watched one really bad one, which I actually finished. It was not good.
You finished it?
Oh,
I hate you so much.
It was like high school prodigies have it easier in another life. Trash. Do not watch it. Abort mission. They suck you in on the first episode, and it's bad the rest of the series.
So, okay. What's funny about that is, so, like, I think a couple days ago we were, like, going out for, I was on my lunch break, and I was going out to, we both were going out to eat somewhere, and you're just like, yeah, so I started watching this anime last night, like, real late at night. I was like, I think it's called, like, High School Prodigies Have You Used in Another World or something. I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. And then the more you start talking about it, it's like, yeah, it's about these guys who get sent to another world. One's, like, a super good politician. One's the, like, richest guy in the world. I'm like, wait, yeah. I do think I know that. And so I'm like, I sit there for a moment and, like, start scrolling through my phone. And then I look it up. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I set my phone on my little rest in my car, and then I start playing the video of top 5 worst animes of 2019. Guess which one was in top fucking 1?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yours.
It was a cool concept done poorly.
I'm not even gonna bother. I was just so funny that I was like, no, wait, I do remember that, and it was the worst one of 2019. It was according to for those of you that want to know, it's Mother's Basement's video. He's a great YouTuber. Yeah. Go check him out.
I will say, other anime I've been watching, we're caught up on the dub because I don't care to read. I'm illiterate, not really, but I don't care to read.
Dubs are better than subs.
True. Not a hot take, just facts. But the dub of Tower of God.
I need to finish that, man. Oh. I only watched like 2 episodes of Tower of God, and it totally makes no sense. I should be watching it. I should have already finished it because. So for those of you that don't know, about a year ago, Webtoon and Crunchyroll made a deal that they would start making. Crunchyroll would start making anime originals of their webtoons. Now, for those of you that don't know even what a webtoon is, that is a site that is made for digital art that's called manhwa, which is like Korean manga, basically. That's been around for a couple years, and it's got like a bunch of series, like literally hundreds of series, from like slice of life stuff to comedy to romance to shonen based stuff. It's crazy. For my early high school years, I loved it. It is such a great site. To be fair, I haven't done it in a while or read anything in a while.
And I thought about once creating one and putting it on there.
Yeah,
which
but
we'll get onto a later
yeah,
date. I mean, that's not something for now.
anyways.
Yeah.
But so as soon as I heard that and saw that article, I was so happy. I was like, that's awesome because
Yeah.
there are so many good series that I've read that I would just love to see in anime.
And Tower of God is one of them.
I never read Tower of God.
Mm.
I only had read like the first couple chapters of it,
Right.
and then I would just kind of stopped because it was like too big at that point. But it was one of the biggest ones, so I'd seen it before,
Right.
and I was not surprised that Tower of God was on there. But as soon as they like showed a trailer for Tower of God, I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks real good. And for the little bit I've seen, it's pretty good.
And the music in there is great. The animation style takes a little bit to get used to, but after you get used to it, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm in.
I really
Yeah.
like the animation style.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
But other than that, the story really cool. A lot of good
Yeah.
characters. Like, you know, I like animes like Akame ga Kill, which are very much like we have a cool story, but we're also not scared to get our hands dirty and just off characters. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Huh. Yeah,
Uh,
that's always cool.
yeah. I'm just like, because Akame ga Kill was like, oh, you like this person? Yeah, that sucks. They just got eaten by a dog.
Aw,
Wild, right?
Yikes.
You're just like, and then, I don't know, but not God Eater.
God Eater?
I don't know. That was weird.
Soul Eater Tower of God. Huh?
That was really weird. God Eater is an anime, but I don't think either of us have watched it. But Tower of God really has that same feel of we're gonna do what we want.
That's cool.
And I mean, I know it's based on the webtoons, all that, but the anime still is really hype for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? If this keeps going, you know you got a guaranteed watcher from me. I'm like, I'm all about it.
I totally need to support it, man.
Yeah.
Because like the more successful animes we get, the more Crunchyroll Webtoon animes we're gonna get.
Right.
The more we get that, there's this one specific one that I like. There's a couple, but one I think that would be good is called Dice.
Yeah, you told me about.
I've
this
told
one.
you about this because it's
Yeah.
such a great concept. But it's basically about these magic die that these high schoolers find that they can roll and like gives them stat bonuses. It's
Mhm.
like they get like their own in-game menu, but it affects them in the real life. So like if they roll like a 6 or something, they get like 6 stat points they can put into strength, intellect, looks, anything like that.
That does seem really.
And that's
fun.
like the basic concept, and it just kind of divulges from there, and it gets so good. I haven't finished, and I haven't caught up. I don't even know if it might even be over by this point, but I got to like its 3rd season per
Mhm.
se, and it's so good. It would be such a great concept. There's also another one that's called Unordinary, which I think is really good on there, but I think
Yeah.
it's a little too similar to My Hero, so I don't think they would do it.
Yeah, that's what the new one this came out. God of High
Guide
School.
of High School is the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that one, but I do also recognize the name.
Yeah, I know
That's
from what I've
another Webtoon one.
seen, it looks like it's going to be more of a we have really strong characters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put all the strong characters against each other.
Yeah.
Here's
I
your
believe
main character who's a little bit stronger, but we'll see how it plays out. Do we get
Yeah.
a friendship or do we get a hatred? And I'm like, okay, I'd watch it. I don't know if it'd be my all-time favorite.
Yeah,
but
I
I'd watch
definitely
it.
need to watch them. I just
Yeah.
because I need to support them because I'm 100%
Oh, yeah.
in for the concept.
I-
What's another one? Like I think it's called Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I think is what it's called, which is about this top player in like an VR MMORPG that. What? That's so funny.
The idea of more anagrams coming up. VR, MMO, RPG.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I know.
The top player in a VR MMORPG is like killed immediately by some guy, and he's reset to 0. And it's about him like climbing back from 0 all the way to
That's-
top rank again.
That's
And
cool.
it's so good because the characters are like it's a pretty simple concept.
Mhm.
Like there's a good twist on it. But the characters are so fun to follow. Every single character is super unique and super interesting. And I think it's got a really interesting art style that would be hard to replicate in animation, I think.
Probably.
But if they could pull it off, oh my god, would it be good? And there's just so
I'm
many,
with
and
it.
it doesn't even have to be like shonen based.
Yeah.
I'll admit, there are some fucking good romance stuff on there.
And slice of life, like quintessential quintuplets.
That's not Webtoon.
I know, but I'm just saying. Well, I was thinking you meant like just bringing in new genres other than just.
Yes.
But like quintessential did really good. Like that was probably the only slice of life / romance I've ever really watched.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like,
the same for me. That's only like one. That's both of us, I think, were both like, this is actually kind of good.
Yeah, we're like, all right, it was funny enough. It had a good story. It had a cool little concept behind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you in the idea of webtoons, yeah, you don't have to bring over shonen just because that's your biggest one. I'd be down to see like some of the people's slice of life, some of their comedy ones.
Yeah.
Like I think
totally.
I'm a huge fan of comedy. Like
I think comedy in anime is hard.
Yeah.
But if they could pull it off, I think it would be really good.
Yeah.
I hope that these two shows aren't the end of that.
I doubt. I think they're already talking about bringing.
I would not be surprised because I know Tower of God already was super successful.
Yeah.
And the God of High School has only just gotten into its second episode, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe first.
They haven't even started dubbing it yet. So
yeah.
They got time.
But yeah, so I just hope. That's all I hope. I need more. There are so many good concepts in webtoons that they just would be perfect animes. I was so happy when I heard that news. So good.
But on other anime news. The live action My Hero Academia Great Boy. Can we talk about how bad he looks?
No. Okay. First of all, yes, Mineta looks like gross. So for those, something that I noticed Japan does a lot is they make live action plays of their super popular animes. You see it a lot. Like there was My Hero. I'm pretty sure they did a One Punch Man one.
Probably.
They did a My Psycho live action movie, which is shit. Don't do that. And there's just like a lot of plays, and they're really weird. And so there's a poster of the My Hero Academia play, and Mineta just looks so weird, man. It's so fucking funny.
It's so bad. Like you look at it, you're like, I hated him in the anime. I hate him even more in real life and the anime.
It's so funny. I remember this when we went to go watch the first My Hero movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
You had there was like a specific showing for sub and there was a specific showing for a dub. You had to make sure you went to the right one. Some people didn't know that, so
some people didn't read.
Yeah, some people didn't read. To be fair, the information was a little all out of whack, but it wasn't that hard to find.
Right.
But so some people that wanted to watch sub or only had watched sub and were expecting sub started watching dub. And some people were like, "Oh, come on." There were a couple that were like, I remember even there were some people that walked out, like a group of 3 that walked out, and then I ended up going to the bathroom. And as I was walking to the bathroom, like, "Can we get tickets to the My Hero Academia movie sub, please?" And I'm just like, guys, come on.
It made me really mad when. Well, first, we had technical problems. The movie started, and then it rewound. And
it was also cropped really weird, but yeah.
Everybody was just like, what is this? And then it's sub. Ugh. You're just like, can you just enjoy anime for a minute?
Yeah, it was real sad. But what the funniest thing for me in there was as soon as Mineta started talking, there was some guys in front of us that were like, oh, Christ.
Yeah, they're like, that's his voice?
It's so funny.
And everybody's like, we know your pain. We feel that.
Because if you haven't listened to the dub on My Hero, he talks like this a lot. Ugh. This is how Mineta talks.
Every time he sees a pretty girl, he has to go after her. And it's like, okay, listen.
Victoria! It's purposefully annoying. But for people that already aren't into the dub, and they're just like, oh, Christ.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
You had to make a character, like a downfall character. Mineta's your downfall character. If you ever make a bad character, they're going to be like, at least it's not Mineta.
That's exactly what it is.
Just like,
that's 100% what that boy is. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably never going to watch a live action play unless we're in Japan and you're just like, we're so bored. Or we have to take shelter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but play actually did get delayed because 2 actors were found to have COVID.
Oh, of course.
So we're like, oh, I'm going to have to censor that, damn it. They had the virus.
They had Mineta disease.
They had the grape disease.
They had the grape disease.
But yeah, that's actually been delayed. And it's a play that was going to be played to no one. I think it was just going to be recorded and re-released.
That never goes well.
I don't understand.
Honestly, hot take, I'm pretty sure more theatrical people perform better when there is a crowd rather than not.
Oh, I think that makes... Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I can't speak from experience, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I like musicals and everything, but even if I was to watch one, I think I could tell a noticeable difference between audience, no audience.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's a confidence booster most of the time. It's more of a like, you know what, we gotta show up or show out. You know.
Yeah. I thought like there's very much like the power of the stage and the power of the audience and the power of the performance. Yeah, there's a lot of that in like drama and and dramatic theater. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of like weird like audience things, did you ever?
Sorry, this came in my head is fucking All Might Do it. United States of Smash, and
smash.
And they're just like, there's no echo dampening.
That would be so funny.
And then everybody's just like, that was lackluster. Like,
you did it, All Might.
Is this where you say run comes in? No. Peace sign? Oh, okay. Sorry.
From the top.
But anyways, continue.
So, do you remember the like PlayStation conference that was supposed to be at games developer conference that was like getting like PlayStation going into the super specific hardware?
Yes.
Did you see how they had digital people they made?
No.
Did you not know about this? Oh
No.
my god. So okay, the presentation was fully made for GDC, Gamer Develop shoot.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Games Developer Conference, I think is what it is. So it's something like that. It was made for like developers and more technical people in the gaming fields. So it was supposed to be a very technical presentation. It wasn't supposed to be anything else.
Which people still got mad at.
Yeah, internet will get mad. What's different?
Everybody
but what was weird? So the conference was canceled, obviously due to the virus, and so they couldn't actually go. But they still wanted to have they still wanted to have that go on because reasons I don't know. So what they did is they acted like they were still on a stage. So they had a guy walking around talking about the like super intricacies of the PlayStation 5, which was one of the weirdest people I had ever seen. He was like a robot. Did you? Oh my god!
I didn't watch it.
You need to watch just like a clip of it just to see all the things I'm talking about because they're pretty immediately apparent. Because the guy talks so weird, and then like he doesn't blink, he doesn't stutter, he speaks perfectly, he enunciates everything. Like everyone's like, "You're a robot. You're not real."
Dude, I know. I have a horrible speech thing. I do not pronunciate at all. Like
I'm like, how do you do it? It's so jarring. It's so weird. And on top of that, they made virtual people. There are shadows in like on the bottom of the screen of people moving, and you don't think about it until like you notice it. You look down and you're like, wait, that doesn't make sense. That's not real people.
It's like the Paper Mario crowd when you get attacked.
Kinda, yeah. They're just like, wah! But if you look at the move, they're like so. It's like too uniform, and it's not like how any kind of.
Oh god.
It's not how like any person would move.
Right.
So it's so weird. It was so that conference was so weird just all around.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one now. That sounds great.
It was hilarious.
PlayStation 4, The Sims crossover edition.
And that's the same place where that was the same conference where they talked about we might even reach a point where you would have to send a picture of your ear to get the best audio performance with PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I remember that because they were talking about the app that would do like a 3D roam of your ear.
That was the same conference. It was such a weird conference, man.
Honestly, I was kind of down for it, and I'm like,
I know. Like there were a lot of pictures like after that. Just go, here you go, or whatever the guy's name was. Have my ear.
Yeah, I mean, even though I don't know if you know this weird little science fact, your ears are more identifiable than your fingerprints. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah, everybody has such different ears. Like, it's actually, I think it's almost like frowned upon in many countries to use ears as identifiers because it is so on point.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Everybody has different ears. It's like crazy.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So that was one of the things I found out one time, and because I was like, maybe I don't want to send a picture of my ear. I don't want them to know exactly.
More identifiable than my social security number.
Yeah, I'm like,
That was your science facts with Sean.
So if you're ever done to rob a bank, make sure you cover your ears. Also, grow out your hair so you can cut it later. Grow a beard so you can shave it later. Put in contacts to change the color of your eyes.
Sean,
add a little bit of
wait. Hey, bud.
Add a little plastic.
Sean, hey.
Change your nose.
You need to
get a voice modulator. Change the way your voice sounds like can't ID you that way. Never show any of your true skin. Wear gloves. Wear long sleeve t-shirts so they can't identify tattoos or anything. And dump the clothes. Burn them. Have a getaway clothes. And then in the car while you're going, just shave it off. It's not that hard. Don't know why people get caught.
You done?
Sorry, what? Okay, but anyways, when it comes to
Why?
getaway vehicles, minivans.
Why are we still going? Stop. Stop giving fuel to the fire. Oh my God.
If this speed strat works, 20% right here, baby.
I don't know how to move on. That was such a weird bit. I don't know where to go.
So Payday, that was a cool game. Come on, that was good. That was a good link to video games right there.
Needless to say, I've been playing a lot of Payday 2. Oh my God.
I've thought about it a lot.
So I think that's going to be the end of the podcast for tonight.
What a coward.
What do you want me to say? That whole time I'm thinking, where do I go from here? You give me no outs. You just go off for like a minute. No, I'm not gonna pitch in.
You be the Robin to my Batman.
Oh my God, no. Batman doesn't rob banks.
Then why is he named Robin?
I said Batman, not Robin.
I didn't say I was the one robbing.
Jesus Christ.
Clipping and shipping, boys. We got him.
Close enough to an hour. I'm calling it here.
Is it an hour?
Close enough. Yeah, we're about like 55 minutes or something.
I feel like we checked like not too long ago. We were only at 38 minutes.
You don't have a watch, buddy.
Actually,
so it would seem.
No, air's only changed like 0.3 degrees. It's only been like 43 minutes.
All right, calm down, Al. We don't need to hear all your crap. All right, boys and girls and friends.
Yes.
And family. And dogs. And cats. And Keanu Reeves. Special thanks to you.
Keanu Reeves, please.
please.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
We got to rant a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd call a whole plot on how to rob a bank a rant, but
hey, I'm just telling you what to do to look like. I ain't telling you how to actually get into everything.
That was evidence. This whole ending is gonna be redacted. Anyways, you can follow us on Twitter at IDC Podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram at IDC Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at The Dylan Machine. You can follow him on Twitter at StoneNeil151. You can find this later on Spotify if you aren't listening to it already. You can also find it on Apple Podcasts. You can also see the video on YouTube. We will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where we will just be doing games or some other variety, and we'll be streaming this podcast live on Saturdays.
Yep. Next Saturday, though, next Saturday,
technically.
Yeah, because this is being pre-recorded, if you didn't know. We are probably still in the chat. I'm pretty sure we both said we would be.
Yeah. Hi, me.
But anyways, next Saturday, the set will be a little bit different.
The quality will be a lot better for two reasons. We'll have a camera.
Second, we can't really get into.
We can't get into right now.
Second,
you'll see when you tune in next time.
It's a pretty big surprise. It's pretty great.
We're honestly looking forward to it. To be honest, it's been like a plan for us to do for a while now.
Yeah, we've been planning on this pretty much since we started this.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, we knew that we wanted to make this change.
Yeah, it had been a thing for a while. So things will be different next week, but it's a good different because it'll be better.
But anyways, we got some raids to do on Destiny, so we gotta grind that gear.
Hell yeah! Grab my Red Bull, Sean. We're out of here.
We don't drink Red Bull.
Shut up.
Okay, never mind. I mean, Red Bull, we drink you if you want to. You know, we love Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. That's the quote, right?
See you guys next time.
Red Bull, are you in good hands?
See you guys next time.